I never stop because I want to come to this country to work for more better life.
Immigration, noun, is the act of coming to live permanently in a foreign country.
My fellow Americans, tonight I'd like to talk with you about immigration. For more than 200 years, our tradition of welcoming immigrants from around the world has given us a tremendous advantage over other nations. It's kept us youthful, dynamic, and entrepreneurial. It has shaped our character as a people with limitless possibilities.
Obama had lifted the country out of economic tragedy. He had broken the race barrier in the executive office and become the first black president of the United States of America. He gave health care to the poor and the sick and avenged our country's suffering from the tragedy of 9/11. Under his watch, gay marriage and women's fundamental rights were recognized. He made our country of equality and liberty truly equal, just, and free. Some people still weren't satisfied, and in 2016, they're called for a new presidential leader, and we had a surplus of diverse opinions and candidates to choose from. Up into the primaries, our major party candidates were Jeb Bush, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, and Hillary Clinton. Obama did lots, but did few actions for immigrants. Opinions varied throughout the country about immigration. The candidates of 2016 came prepared with their own range of opinions.
I am the son of an immigrant who came legally from Cuba to seek the American dream. And we can embrace legal immigrations while believing in the rule of law. And I would note, try going illegally to another country. Try going to China or Japan. Try going to Mexico. See what they do. Every sovereign nation secures its borders, and it is not compassionate to say we're not going to enforce the laws and we're going to drive down the wages for millions of hardworking men and women. That is abandoning the working man.
I think the people who are here, who are raising families and working hard and contributing to our country, deserve a path to citizenship. I have believed that for many years. I have argued that in many different contexts. Other law enforcement officials understood that separating children from families, I mean, the horror of a father or a mother going to work and being picked up and immediately whisked away, and children coming home from school to an empty house and nobody can say where their mother or their father is. That is just not who we are as Americans.
Number one, are you ready? Are you ready? We will build a great wall along the southern border. And Mexico will pay for the wall. 100%. They don't know it yet, but they're going to pay for the wall. And they're great people and great leaders, but they're going to pay for the wall. On day one, we will begin working on an impenetrable, physical, tall, powerful, beautiful southern border wall. We will use the best technology, including above and below ground sensors, that's the tunnels. Remember that, above and below. Above and below ground sensors, towers, aerial surveillance, and manpower to supplement the wall, find and dislocate tunnels, and keep out criminal cartels. And Mexico, you know that, will work with us. I really believe it. Mexico will work with us. I absolutely believe it. And especially after meeting with their wonderful, wonderful president today, I really believe they want to solve this problem along with us, and I'm sure they will. Number two, we are going to end catch and release. We catch them? Oh, go ahead. We catch them? Go ahead. Under my administration, anyone who illegally crosses the border will be detained until they are removed out of our country and back to the country from which they came. And they'll be brought great distances. We're not dropping them right across. They learned that. President Eisenhower, they'd drop them right across, and they'd come back and across. Then when they flew them to a long distance, all of a sudden that was the end. We will take them great distances, but we will take them to the country where they came from, okay?
Now, this wall Trump proposes is ridiculous. Mexico will not pay for it, and if America does, it will come out of our precious tax money, which is ludicrous because most people don't even want this wall. The semi-permeable American border brings in few drug dealers and rapists, but instead brings in refugees escaping murder, rape, and crime in their country, looking for a better life. And if these refugees can only apply for asylum inside the country, how are we supposed to let these people into safety if we build them a wall? Why are we listening to these white, privileged politicians? We should be listening to real immigrants.
And I miss a lot, you know, in the mornings when I wake up at 5 in the morning, the chicken is like, you know, singing. And you wake up at 5 in the morning, and then after, you know, wake up like 4:20 is ready to go get the milk, the cows. And I miss a lot of things to that. And you know, my father, you know, have a big farm, and they make, you know, 8. I don't buy nothing. You know, everything is eating is inside in the, you know, in the farm. Yeah. So it's beautiful town. It's a small town, but it's very nice. Well, I go to the school when I'm, you know, 6 years, and then I go to school like the three grades, because me and my sister is the older, and then my sister is Mary, and then I take care everybody, you know, that like 12 years. I do a lot of stuff. I help my mom to cook for a lot of people my daddy have in the farming. So my dad need to give you food for 30 people. So I need to wake up at 4 in the morning, you know, for help my mom to do it like tortillas and make, you know, food for all these working men. I'm coming to this country because when I'm little, 9 years old, I have a, you know, for 6 people, a violation, me, and give me two shots because I know organized one man, and I call for the name because I can see it because it's covered my eyes and my mouth and everything. So I know when he talk, I know that man. So and then I call for the name, and he give me two. And then after that, my family find me, and then 6 months half in coma. Yeah, and then after that, that's terrible because I can go to the school because everybody is bullying me, and that's not my fault, but you know, I'm crying a lot. It's not easy for standing up, you know. That's why I want to get out of that country, and that's why I'm here, and I never I want to live in Guatemala. Yeah, I crossed Mexico because I don't have a, visa to come and, to get the fly, The Guatemala, like when I have 14, 14 years, very, very young, very, very, now I'm old. So I get the octopus, for across all Mexico. But some part I stop the bus, the people stop the bus for, walk, for 6 days walk. And I remember one day I'm very thirsty. Well, 4 days no drink water, no eating, and then I see something, me and a couple friends, something water in the floor, and I drink because I'm thirsty. And then after I drink the water, I see that is no safe water. That's water is, the cow.
Yeah.
Pee pee. Yeah, and then I remember that Christmas day, I crossed Rio Grande. Yeah, I crossed the river, but I no swim. The dog, like I start to do that, and I crossed the river, but I forgot the camera is in the corner, and I take it off all my clothes for cross the river, and then the immigration is look me, when I cross the river, and when I cross the river, all the people, the immigration is waiting, for me and my friends, when I cross the river and then put it back to Mexico. So, and then I come back again the same day in the afternoon. I try. I never stop because I want to come to this country to work in, for more better life. And then everybody wanted to jumping in the train. I think it's easy, but when I see the people die, when the train is passed, I'm not jumping in the train. No way. So I stop and I'm freezing. All my body is freezing when I see people die. When they try to get it in the train. But can't make it. I see two bodies. When I cross the Mexico. And I can't stop because I need to come to here for more nice, beauty, more
Safe, yeah.
safe, and I want to, more better future,
See.
for giving for my family, for everybody, because my country is not safe, but, here is the country, the opportunity for everybody.
Exactly 28 years, 5 months, and 9 days later, Ted Cruz dropped out of the primaries, leaving Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton the two major candidates in the race for president of the election 2016. They were two very different candidates who would forever change history.
Bienvenido, willkommen, 欢迎, bienvenue, dobro pожаловать, annyeong, welcome to the United States.
So asylum is essentially a form of protection that our country offers to people who are physically here in the U.S. And can prove that they are eligible for asylum status. Basically, to be eligible for asylum, it has three basic requirements. First, the person has to have faced persecution in their home country or fear future persecution. And that persecution has to be connected to one of 5 protected grounds. It can be more than one, but they have to at least establish that at least one of them is connected. And those 5 grounds are race, religion, nationality, political opinion, and particular social group. And finally, the applicant for asylum has to establish that the government is unable or unwilling to protect them from that kind of persecution, or that the government is involved in the persecution themselves. There are also other important requirements that include the person being able to establish that they're not a threat to the U.S., that they're not a security risk, and that they haven't harmed other people based on their protected grounds. You can only apply for asylum status if you're actually physically here in the U.S., and that's the work that our office does. Basically, if they're in the U.S. and they're not already in removal proceedings, they can file a paper application with our agency. At the point in when a person files their application, typically in the past, applicants would get their first interview within 45 days from filing, and then once they had their interview, typically it was about 2 weeks from that interview that they got their application. But in the past few years, our asylum program has really faced a lot of challenges, and they include crises that have happened down at the borders of our country, where there have been a lot of children fleeing from their countries of origin and seeking protection. And there are also things happening overseas. And so our officers have been traveling around the world and also to the border of our country to interview applicants. Because of that, we're not able to schedule our affirmative asylum interviews within that typical 45-day time period. So at this point, it's hard to say, because of those different priorities that are happening right now, how long the whole process will take. But for the benefit of our customers, on our USCIS website, we have more information where people can actually look up when they file their application and the estimated time that they may get their interview. I'm most inspired every day. What gets me through each day is the mission that we do, the work that we do, but also the people that I work with. When I went to training for this job, one thing that struck me and stayed with me is right before graduation, they told us, your mission is basically to give the right benefit to the right person at the right time. And that struck me then, and it sticks with me now, because the stories that our officers hear every day, they're heartbreaking. They're really terrible situations that people are in, but they come to work every day because they realize that they have this huge privilege and a huge responsibility to fulfill immigration law and to give this huge humanitarian benefit to people who deserve it.
Well, when I passed to here, to Texas, Del Rio, Texas, when I see the people jumping in the train, I don't want it jumping. So, and then I waiting there. So, and one man, the garbage man, is coming, and I go to talk to that man, and that man say, I can't bring to my house because, that's no good. So, but he give me $40 for go to the shopping center or something like that to get somebody, to help. And I asked somebody for help, and one lady I talked to one lady, have 4 children. I say, see, she help me. I don't have shoes. All my clothes is ripped, and this lady say, you want to go to my house? Or I don't think so. So you want to go inside my house? I can't trust you because I don't know if you want to rob, And I say, no, I have one daughter, and I want only food. I remember that time. That's very awful. And this lady have big heart because she bring to the house, her house, and then she give you food, clothes, new clothes, and she bring to the church. And then in the church is one, passing the TV. I don't remember the TV, but I'm looking for my husband. I give you the name, my husband, and I pass for 1 week, everybody looking for him, but nobody, find it. So, because when I cross Mexico, I lose the phone, I lose everything, and then I working in Texas for 2 months, and then after 2 months, I go to San Antonio, Texas, and then the San Antonio, Texas, I'm fly, I go to Houston, and then Houston, I'm flying to New York.
Finally, in New York and reconnected with her husband, Mary Lou was able to see her daughter, who she hadn't seen since she had left Guatemala.
When I my daughter have 11 years old. I take, application for visa for bring my daughter to here. So my daughter I see in the airport, and she'll cry a lot when she running and running and running a lot. She give me big hug.
Finally, in the country where opportunity and safety was available, Mary Lou was able to settle down with her family and live a happy life. After Griselda, who is now the mother of 2, Mary Lou had 3 other children. Her oldest son, Noe, then Melissa.
She born like Christmas Day, 2099. But she's so cute. She's my best friend.
And then Manny.
Oh, Manny is my princess, my king. He's my king. He's very different. He's lonely. He's very shy. He's quiet. He's like a macho man, but quiet. He always wants to protect me, always. Yeah, I love so much.
As it is for most immigrants, settling down in America is a truly difficult process. Mary Lou came here to escape terror in her own country so she could offer her children a better life with more opportunity, granting herself a more promising future as well. They wanted to live the American dream as all Americans and their ancestors have wanted to. Even after Mary Lou had been granted full citizenship, her and her kids encountered discrimination all the time.
We have the Game Boy, the small Game Boy, something like that. And he brings it to the school, and one boy, he hit a lot because he is Spanish. And he go back to my house, and he crying a lot because he say, your family is Spanish, your family not supposed to stay in this country. And then I said, don't put attention, but I go to talk to the teacher and everything is fine. Long time ago, I go to the store and one lady make discrimination to me because I want to buy something, and this is like a little more, money, but she say you can buy this jacket because it's a lot of money. This is not for Spanish, and I feeling like very not good. Well, I lost one son that the name is Noe. He's 22 years. I go to vacation to my country 1 year ago, and when I go to stay 3 days, something like that, I'm in the house of my father, when somebody called my cell to say my son died.
In a blue t-shirt, gray pants with canvas belt and underwear, the body is well-developed, well-nourished Hispanic male, 209 pounds, 63.5 inches, and appears stated age of 22. The nostrils have white foam. The body is cold and rigid. Noe died of a drug overdosage. In his body they found PCP, marijuana, and a significant overdose of heroin. Mary Lou lost her first son.
And he have one son, my grandson, my first grandson. Now it's 6 years. I love a lot that boy. When I see it, I know it look like the face of my son. Now I try to step up, for remember good remembers.
A lot of people have no idea that Trump is headed for a historic defeat.
This Florida fall to Hillary Clinton, but this election overall could, we could be talking landslide.
Electoral majority and probably electoral landslide for Hillary Clinton.
Pennsylvania goes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States.
And distinct privilege
to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Mary Lou, who has worked so hard in her life, who's the strongest woman I know, should not have to feel victimized another second. She has suffered from rape, discrimination, and the evilness of losing a child. She moved to escape it all. Our country has failed us. How do we put this hateful man into power? Trump didn't just threaten Mary Lou. He didn't just threaten immigrants, and he didn't just threaten women. He threatened minorities everywhere. And that's why I made this film. I was sick of feeling like I couldn't do anything. It's hard living in a country that prides itself on government by the people when you can't even vote. But I had to do something. I thought at first it was going to be a film about female empowerment. Mary Lou was raped at 9 years old, made one of the most dangerous journeys to give her and her children a better life, only to see one die of drugs. Yet she still has hope that the future will be kinder. I wanted to make a film about how she was right. That as an immigrant and as a woman, things would get easier. The whole country and I were convinced that Hillary was going to win. How could she possibly lose this unqualified? But I was wrong, and this film is not about female empowerment. It's about how my generation had to learn that in the real world, bullies win and hate trumps love. But it's not just a film to show you failure, it's a film to show you that you have to love, because without love, we will resort to fear. We cannot live in a country where hate and fear rule. So to my fellow minors, please stop being like you can't do anything about it and just go. Do something! And to all the adults who feel like this country is corrupt and they can't fix it, you're right. But to talk about it, to learn about it, and if you're going to believe in it, do something. Don't just say it. Go out and really change something, because to live in this world without making it a better place is truly a wasted life. Giving up is not an option. Giving up is not an option. Okay, that's all.
And I never I want to live in Guatemala. When I go to Guatemala I stay here for a long time, and I don't see my father for 20 years. And then when I go to Guatemala, the first time I get the ticket, when I make a resident, the same day I buy the ticket, for go to see my parents to Guatemala. And then when I go over there, a lot of people is waiting for me. A lot. I'm so surprised, I'm very happy to that. When I'm here, I'm clean house. My work and clean house, and then a lot of ladies use the clothes. So the clothes the lady give it to me, I put in in the garage, and then when I have a lot of boxes to clothes, I send to Guatemala for the people who have clothes, very poor people. So a lot of people is that day when I go to Guatemala to visit my father, a lot of people, like 200 people is waiting for me in the house, in my house. And I said to my mom, who's died? And my mom is laughing and laughing and says, it's waiting for you. All these people is waiting for you.